welcome y'all to Backwoods Obscura, a podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, dude. Got my in-laws in for the next week. They were going to go visit some family members in North Carolina, but Helena.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Family over there's fine. Thank God.
That's good to hear.
It's just that the Biltmore that they were going to go meet them and stay at the Biltmore's roof was above water.
Really?
The roof was above water. The rest of it, no.
That's, oh my goodness. And it's so wild because it came in through, the Gulf, right? It hit, Georgia at first?
It hit and it curved up, but the thing is that, here in Louisiana, even in Monroe, where we live at, we're kind of used to hurricanes still being a tropical storm, maybe even a Cat 1 when they make it, 300 miles inland to us.
The last one that hit us was a Cat 2, and that was, rare.
The fact that it was still a Cat 2 when it made it this far inland is rare, but the mountains are not, people who live up there, one, their houses aren't designed for it, but two, the area is not meant to handle that much rain. So, it went from being everything's fine to the mountain fell off.
Yeah. I would imagine, mudslides are a problem.
Yeah. So, hey, if anybody's listening to this, regardless of when it gets posted, because it's already been a while since Helena hit at the time of this recording, please donate to any of the charities that are going in there and trying to help people because they need it.
Right.
So, but everybody's fine. So they came down here to see the grandbabies instead. So they're going to be here all week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. They're going to, the baby doesn't sleep in her room anyway. So they're going to sleep in her room. And yeah. Mm-hmm. So what you been doing?
Oh, the usual car repairs. Yeah, so the belt went out again.
Oh, no.
And he looked at it and was like, oh, yeah, this gasket here, it's just leaking oil all over the belt, causing it to erode and making the belt snap. So he repaired that, and he repaired the belt, and we decided, you know what? We need to get it done anyway, so we got the rotors done. And boy howdy, my car runs like a brand new car now. I did not realize the rotors were that bad.
Lord. I feel that way whenever I've done a repair to a vehicle. But yeah, also we've got another big thing that we're dealing with. I shouldn't say dealing with sounds mean. We got another thing that we're participating in. It seems like more so every time we talk about it.
Oh,
your brother's wedding, we went from just being groomsmen to being the cooks.
Yeah, so not like anyone here knows him. But so yeah, we went from we're groomsmen, I'm the best man, all that. Oh, cool. And Nathan is like, hey, y'all don't have to buy me anything if you help with the food. I'm like, okay.
And then it keeps this just keeps compounding.
Yeah, it turned into just help with the food, and now it's oh shit, we got to be there at 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
It doesn't open until 8, so we're showing up
7:30.
Yeah, we're rolling up at as early as we can so that the gates open and we get in, and then we get the grills fired up. Luckily, I think we can store everything the night before at the venue.
Nate
so
said that. We're going to have the dinner, the rehearsal dinner, there this week. And then
we could be bad and try to be sneaky and hide there so that we get left there.
Just do a situation where we just hide in the broom closet until they leave. And then we're yeah.
There's security cameras.
Yeah, there's security cameras everywhere.
So, we're not going to get away with that.
You know what? We dress as ghosts. And
we just Scooby-Dooed this. We can't Scooby-Doo your brother's wedding.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
You meddling kids.
It's Chris, what the fuck are you doing?
So yeah, October has been an incredibly busy month.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so what do you got going on for us tonight?
I'm getting back to something I haven't done in a minute. I have some information about the Loa.
Oh, we're doing Loa again.
Yep, it's been most of a year since the last time I talked about the Loa.
Yeah, it's wild. Because that was like some of our earlier episodes, just mostly the Loa.
Yeah. So for anybody that's listening, make sure that you understand this is falling into the obscura part. This is not ghosts. This is not cryptids. This is just knowledge that I know a lot of people in the United States don't have because, well, voodoo is very much local to our state and the Caribbean. So I'm going to talk to you about Dambalah and Ayida-Weddo.
Okay.
Now, I will start with Dambalah, it's Dambalah, spelled with one L, Dambalah, spelled with two L's, Dambalah, spelled with two L's and an H, or sometimes Dambalah-Weddo, because the two are connected. Now, Dambalah was the first thing created by Bionde or Grand Met, the main creator deity of voodoo. And for anybody that's actually a practitioner out there, or for the folks that have studied this more, if I mispronounce something, let us know. That way the next time I do this...
Or if we ever make a correction episode.
Yeah, we
are getting a few more people, but in the event that we actually start getting comments and everything, we definitely want to make like a correction episode to where it's like, oh yeah, we fucked up here.
Yeah, we mispronounced this, or maybe we got some information wrong. So if you have that, let us know. Now, depending on the branch and the amount of influence from the Catholic Church, either he created everything for Bionde, so Bionde made him and then he made everything, or he aided in making everything. So either he made it for the creator or for the chief deity, or aided in the creation of the whole world. Now, he uses his 7,000 coils to make the mortal world as it is.
Coils as in, like, is he like a snake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is. Now, he created life by slithering through the hills and the valleys of the world. So as he slithered through, he created all these dips and all this, and then he also created life by doing that.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to make the Mississippi.
Yep. He shed his skin, and that became the water of the world.
Interesting. That's a lot of shedding.
He is a Rada or root Loa, which means he's a good spirit, cool temperatures, very mellow, very understanding. Now, oddly enough, he is not a Papa. Like Papa Loco, Papa Legba. He does not have that, nor does he have the title Baron. He is just Dambalah. Now, he is a syncretion with either St. Patrick or Moses, depending on the branch. So a lot of times you take the traditional deity from Africa that inspired Dambalah, and then either Moses gets thrown in or St. Patrick, and again, it's because he is a snake. Now, he also encircles the earth and sheds his skin to make it rain. So apparently Dambalah, when he sheds,
it rains.
It rains.
So he makes it rain.
He makes it rain.
By shedding.
Yes. Please don't make like an assumption that he is shedding dollar bills.
He's just out there, hey, yo.
No, don't do that. That is incredibly disrespectful. And Dambalah has gotten some major disrespect over the years.
Okay, I apologize.
Now, the earliest accounts come from the city of Wida, or Wedu, in Benin, was originally part of the country of Dahomey. And I'm not making that up. You can go look. The Dahomey royal family still exists. They're the ones we've talked about in the past. Their economy was 100% connected to the slave trade.
Oh yeah,
and they had a monopoly on it as they had a monopoly on it as the kings and queens. So a lot of the deities that we've talked about, a lot of the Loa have origins with the Fawn people, the folks from Dahomey, or the Ashanti people that were nearby, because that's where a lot of slaves originally came from along that west coast of Africa.
Right.
So, see. Most likely, his worship predates written language, as most of the stories that involve him are only spoken. Like, they're spoken tales. They were never officially written down. So Dambalah might be one of the oldest of the Loa. If he predates written language, he is an old god, or an old Loa, old spirit.
So that almost reminds me of like the I think they're like Native and African cultures that is just all spoken word. Like, they don't write anything down. Cause...
a lot of I shouldn't say a lot of tribal folks, because that sounds bad saying it that way. There are a lot of cultures around the world that did not invest in writing for a very long time because the resource for paper or clay tablets was not there, so they kept to a spoken...
Yeah, and being very communal cultures, I mean, it really didn't make sense to sit there and like write everything down and put it away in like a stuffy old building.
Right. Now, description. Dambalah is usually depicted as a massive white serpent. So, the most common depiction is a massive white snake. Again, 7,000 coils to create the world. Big snake.
It's a big snake.
Also, he is depicted as the upper half of a dark-skinned man with the lower half of his body being a very large white snake.
So he's a snake man.
He might be similar to a Naga in that description. If he does appear in the shape of a man, he is usually seen in a white suit or holding a white snake.
Okay, so he's just like, yeah.
He is known for being calm. In his presence, the temperature is supposed to drop. Not like get like really cold, but it cools off. Like if it's hot, all of a sudden it's like Dambalah brings the air conditioner.
He's like, oh yeah, it's nice and brisk. Oh, wait a minute. Dambalah's here.
All right. No, see, if Dambalah shows up, it's not necessarily bad. Like, if Baron Samedi shows up, you better have an offering of rum very quickly. If Legba shows up, or Ayazan show up, like the ones you have to call beforehand, you have those gifts ready. Dambalah, you need to give him an offering, but when he shows up, it's not necessarily a tick-tock, you're on the clock kind of situation. Dambalah is much more of a calm, present, and a cooling experience from what a lot of people have mentioned.
He's like, I'll put you on a pay-as-you-go plan with your...
Right. He's benevolent, but he is detached. There's a very high level of I don't care that comes from Dambalah. It's like, I'm here. You have a problem. I feel for you. That does not mean I'm going to necessarily help you. It's kind of like empathy versus sympathy.
Yeah.
Like, I can feel bad for you,
but it doesn't mean I have to help you.
No. This could be 100% your own
doing.
Your own fault. Now, those he rides / possesses are usually covered with a white sheet to keep him temporarily from seeing and touching impure things. So, like, Dambalah is not supposed to touch impurity. So, it is a clean white sheet that they wrap whoever is going to be possessed by Dambalah, or ridden, in this case. He does not speak in words, but hisses and hums to his followers, and those that are possessed will also start to hiss.
So is this like a speaking in tongues sort of situation?
Yeah, he's kind of a parcel tongue.
Okay.
To quote the Magical Wizard series.
Okay.
Now, he comes to his followers in dreams a lot, and if he does, you will see a large white snake.
Okay, so in the dream, he's like, we have no, like, pretense of humanoids. I'm here.
He does occasionally appear as a human, but for the most part, when he is described, he is just a big white snake. Not a mean snake, but also not necessarily a nice snake. Like, there's benevolence, but they're, again, removed.
Yeah, kind of like
your
detached.
problem is not...
Yeah, it's like, I'm here to help you. Or I'm here to hear what you have to say, but I'm not necessarily, like, caring about...
Right. It's very much that. Now, his domains are wisdom, creation, and purity. He represents the past and the future because he is a being of creation. Thursday is his day.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, kind of a balance out for Thursday being Thor's day and Thor not being chill whatsoever. Thursday is also Damballah's day, and he's super chill.
So it kind of just evens out.
Yeah, don't let Thor get near him because he might mistake him for Yaldabaoth.
He's like, damn it, Thor! Stop trying to kill Dambalah.
My money's on Dambalah, honestly, because...
I mean, he's a creation.
Right, but also the Norse deities can die. Loa can't. So, now his symbols, rainbow.
Nice, nice.
White serpents. The color's white, and in some cases, certain shades of green, but I'm not going to get into the 1,000 different names that you have for green. Now, offerings to him. Milk.
Nah, we're keeping with it, yeah.
Rice, coconuts, ogret syrup. Any white food, you can give him pretty much any white food or white flour as an offering.
So if you give him chicken Alfredo, he'll...
Yeah, as long as it's not the chicken Alfredo I ate in Baton Rouge this last week. It had no seasoning.
Obviously, homemade chicken Alfredo.
His favorite food are eggs.
Okay, yeah. I mean, snake. I can see it.
Also, there is a perfume called Lotion of Pompeia, that you can give him. I Googled it, and it just gave me perfumes.
Oh.
Never in a ceremony dedicated to Dambalah should you drink or smoke. Like all the other Loa.
So it's like, just do the opposite of what you would do with Baron Samedi.
Well, Baron Samedi is extremely corrupt.
Yeah.
Compared to Dambalah. So, now, modern references to Dambalah. The movie Child's Play 100% got him wrong.
Wait, is that who he calls?
Chucky calls on Dambalah to transfer his soul into a doll. That's not Damballah's jam. That is not Dambalah.
Yeah,
is not down.
I don't think Dambalah would be like, yeah, I'm going to help this serial killer avoid justice.
Yeah, no. There's other Loa that could have been used, but they went with Dambalah, and it's probably because Dambalah is a really bitchin' name. That might be a little disrespectful, but Dambalah is a solid name.
I think I know what happened here. I'm pretty sure what they did. They got a book on Voodoo, and they looked through all the deities. They looked at all the, barons and everything. That they looked over all the other ones. They're like, oh, Baron Samedi, easy to... Everyone talks about Baron Samedi. Let's just go with one that no one really has ever heard of. And they just went with Dambalah without actually reading.
Yeah. I do not think they consulted anybody about hoodoo or voodoo with this. Now, let's talk about Dambalah's other half, Ayida-Weddo, also known as Ayida, or Ayida-Weddo.
Is this like a, not to be disrespectful, but like a Jekyll and Hyde situation?
Almost. So, the last spelling of Ayida-Weddo has H-W-E-D-O. Now, she's one of the first Loa created alongside or just after Dambalah. Holds the world together with her coils.
Oh, so it's another snake.
Mm-hmm. A syncretion of her original Rada Loa. So she's another Rada. She's another root spirit.
Right.
Another calming one with Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception. Which I kept looking because that sounds like Mother Mary. But I kept getting conflicting stuff on it. So I didn't go too much deeper into, is Mary also Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception? Because as far as I know, she's the only one that did it.
Yeah.
So, she carried the Creator in her mouth as they all helped to form the world. So, much like Dambalah, slewed through the mountains and created valleys. Wherever she delved deep, became lakes. So, I'm kind of digging the idea that snakes made the world in this whole concept. I'm kind of cool with it. Also, I'm kind of creeped out by it because snakes and I have an understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Snakes and I have the understanding that they live outside. That's their space. And if I see them and they don't bother me, I leave them alone. If a snake's like really close to my house, you're in my space and you need to leave. And if you don't,
well,
it's a shovel and fertilizer is what snakes become. With the exception of the rat snake that lives in my backyard, that one has a job and I let him do whatever he wants. Because I saw him take down like a full grown, like nearly foot long rat.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, bro, we're good. It's like him. Well, it's like the rat snake I used to have at the other house until Overtoad ate it.
Oh, no.
I miss Overtoad. He's still alive, though. That toad is like... Okay, it probably is not the same toad at all, but if it is, that toad's like 12 years old.
He has Father Toad.
Well, considering that
old as time itself.
Considering that toad, when I uncovered him, was the size of my hand.
That's a big toad.
Like, not just this part. I'm saying, like, he was...
He was the hand.
He was, like, the size of a full-grown man's hand. Like, I think someone lost a pet bullfrog and it made it into my yard.
Hello, mortal. I am Overtoad.
I called him Overtoad because, again, he looked like he turned around. I moved a lawnmower. He turned and looked at me like, excuse me, that's my house. And I looked at me in a manner where I'm like, do I need to apologize to a frog? So she carried the creator in her mouth as they were going everywhere.
Right.
Much like Dambalah, wherever she slithered, made mountains and valleys. Or if she delved real deep, it made lakes. So I kind of like this idea of snakes being a creator deity.
So both snakes kind of help contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it a duality situation where
actually yes,
they're like? Well, we already talked about the Jekyll and Hyde situation, but are they two different entities that converge? Or
I'll get to that here in just a second. Now, also like Dambalah, her origins are in Dahomey, which is in Benin. She is very similar to the rainbow serpent of the Yoruba deity known as Ashemer, which I think I pronounced that correctly. But this rainbow serpent and the white serpent being together seems to be a reoccurring theme across several local religions in Western Africa.
Yeah.
Now, physical description, she is a very large rainbow-colored serpent. In her human form, she is a very dark-skinned, Rubenesque woman with long braided hair. Which means that Ayida-Weddo's human form is several people's ideal form. So there's also some connection to fertility with her through that, due to her physical form. She is the wife or lover of Dambalah. She may be the other half of Dambalah. They might be the same creature. It's just broken, or same deity broken into a male and a female.
That's what I was wondering, because it seemed like it could be a Jekyll and Hyde situation where they're the same person, but they also seemed like two separate entities. I liken it more to the Trinity in Christianity. Father, Son, Holy Spirit are all the same thing, yet separate. Yeah.
Or the idea of an avatar in Hinduism, that while, yes, Shiva is his own deity, he is still part of Brahman.
Right, right.
So I think it might be more like that. They're kind of like the male and female aspect are two sides of the same coin kind of thing.
Which is a thing goes back ages, yeah.
Now, often depictions of them are Dambalah and Ayida-Weddo woven around an egg, another fertility symbol.
Yeah. Now, are they different colors? Or
yeah, Dambalah is white and Ayida-Weddo is rainbow colored.
Okay. So
I'm assuming kind
prismatic.
I kind of like prismatic or pearlescent might be a better. So I think that's how she is.
Yeah, she gets the cool look. He's just like, I'm just eggshell colored.
To be fair, a white suit on certain people looks really nice.
Oh, yeah, true.
Now, she is kind, but not involved. Very similar to Dambalah. It's like, they're nice, but you keep your problem over there kind of situation. Only call me when it's an 8 or above.
They almost have the watchmaker sort of idea.
Yeah, we made things. Don't call me unless it's a absolute emergency.
Yeah.
Now, her domains are fertility, rainbow, wind, water, fire, wealth, and thunder.
Oh, she's like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
almost.
she's over here like she knows all the spells.
Except like wealth is just in there. But is it like material wealth?
You tell me wealth is not magical or a superpower in this country. Tell me that honestly.
Okay, but like, is it wealth in the sense of like material wealth?
Material wealth, like as in bountiful harvests. You have the most land. You have the most cattle. Like a lot of societies didn't necessarily have money on the west coast of Africa. So, like wealth, as in also good health, I think would fall underneath this. Yeah. This isn't just like
that's
fat
what
stacks.
I figured. It's like it's not like, oh yeah, I have that grind set. It's more.
I got that Ayida-Weddo money.
It's like I'm wealthy in the sense that I have a good life, sort of deal.
Yes, but you would be considered more wealthy or rich compared to everybody else with what you have.
Yeah. I mean, material possessions play into that, but it's not like the only thing.
Now, her days, she gets two. She gets Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, she gets Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. So never say you hate Mondays. That's Ayida-Weddo's day.
Well, which day can I say I hate?
At this point, I don't think any, because Wednesday is Odin's day, and I am not dealing with that one-eyed bastard.
Okay, so what about Saturday?
That is Saturn. Kronos, the devourer of children.
Oh, no.
Sunday is Sol Invictus. Friday is Frigg. Yeah, there's not a day that you're not going to offend somebody if you say you hate that day.
It's so wild, like, to think about where the day's names come from.
Well, Tuesday comes from Lundi, which is Moon Day, which also could be Diana / Artemis. Like, every day was dedicated to somebody somewhere.
That's crazy.
And she has a festival on December 8th. I would like to see Ayida-Weddo's festival, because some of the descriptions I read, it's fun. It's as long as you're respectful, it's fun. There's food.
Wait, where would we be able to even see that?
Mostly in the Caribbean on the west coast of Africa. Some people still do it in the United States. Now, symbols. Her symbol is a rainbow-colored serpent, the Mapu tree. Offerings to her: eggs, milk, rice, whipped or clotted cream, and sweet desserts like rice pudding.
What, clotted, like cottage cheese almost? Or
I don't know what clotted cream is, because there are a lot of dairy products like cottage cheese that I am 100% not. Like, I will mess up cheese. I will mess up milk. I will mess up many dairy products. Cottage cheese is absolutely disgusting. And now if Ayida-Weddo wants it, I will give her every ounce of cottage cheese on the planet.
It's like that. No argument there. I will get you all the cottage cheese.
But she likes rice pudding, and if you give her rice pudding with whipped cream on top, you might have a best friend.
You know, I'd do that.
Now I'm wanting bread pudding, though.
Bread pudding sounds good.
Now, one of the best drinks you can give her, one of the best sacrifices is, you give her a cafe au lait that's mostly au lait.
So she likes that.
She would like milk coffee more than coffee with milk.
So she likes that cream with a little bit of coffee in it.
Yes.
Hey, you know.
Now, she is usually invoked alongside Dambalah, and they have dual shrines. Only invoke her if it's serious or relationship issues.
I mean, that can be serious.
It can be, but she's down for the gossip of a relationship. Like, all of a sudden it's like, Ayida-Weddo, I call upon you. My man. Ooh!
I'm just like picturing, it's like, Ayida-Weddo, I call on you. I need to know how I can save the world. Hold up. What did he do to you? It just goes on. Yeah. You gotta think about these things.
Andrew Clay, shut up.
Like, shut up. I'm over here. I'm talking.
Grown-ups are talking.
And he's just over there like, I'm saving the world. Galactus is here. I don't know why.
Andrew Glass is not doing that. Andrew Glass is just chilling in that room at McRaven house. But no, it's like, if it's really serious, you can call on her and Dambalah. if it's a relationship thing, she's like all about listening to a woman talk about her relationship. So like, I feel like she is that good friend. It's like she's sitting there, she's in her celestial bow, got her hair, already got her cap on, got her jammies on. She's about to like go watch Netflix with Dambalah in bed. Like have a good night, and then all of a sudden the phone rings. Widow, he cheated on me.
Okay, like if you give her the right offerings and have the right story for her to help, is she going to be taking the earrings off to fight a motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of that simply because it's like she doesn't really like interact with the world. She doesn't care to interact until you give her something that she really cares about, and it's relationships.
She's over here. I wish a motherfucker would.
She's like your ride or die, but for this one specific thing.
Now, I got a title here called New World. Now, there is an additional thing. Dambalah is supposed to travel under the waves of the New World. Ayida will fly through the sky of the New World. They followed those. Oh, sorry. Now I know why I got New World on here. It's been a minute since. This has been like 3-4 months since I wrote these notes.
You were ahead of me on these.
So going to the New World. So New World, going over to the New World. Dambalah traveled under the waves. She flew through the skies. And they followed those taken into slavery over to the New World. And they carried the other Loa on their back.
Okay, so they were like, yo, we gotta help these.
Our people are going over here. We following them.
Yeah.
We might not directly help, though. We're weird like that. Which, isn't that every deity?
I ascribe to the idea if there is a god, it is definitely like...
the clockmaker theory.
Yeah, or if it's like, if you can get through to any deity, they're like, you're gonna have to give me something really big to
Bro, I paused Fortnite for this.
It's like, you know how much work I have to do to, like, go into the code of physics to, like, help you right now? You're gonna have to give me something really big. Like, that, like, if there is a god or if there is any sort of spiritual beings out there, I think that's kind of how it is.
Let's be honest, we're boring.
Yeah.
Mortals,
that too.
Mortals and humans are boring until we're not. And then all of a sudden, like, when a nuke got dropped, I think, like, every deity that was ever out there just did this. The fuck did they do now?
Like, what?
Oh, shit.
Excuse me.
We left them alone for a second, and they got our powers.
It's like...
Huh.
And just, like, looking at the devastation afterwards. Like, oh no.
Oh, shit.
Gee, dang.
Hey, can we do another flood thing? Oh, no, we promised them not another flood. Fuck.
Shit.
Well, they're going to do this to themselves, so,
Well, I guess let's have a doomsday clock.
Hey, who wants to play Settlers of Catan? You know what? No. Let's play Last Night on Earth or some other Fantasy Flight game. By the time we have it set up, they'll solve their problem themselves.
So, ever since World War II...
they've just been sitting there going, how the fuck do you set up Ten House again?
They're sitting there doing Call of Cthulhu and, like, reading the rules and being like...
They just look over at Cthulhu and he just shrugs.
Cthulhu's like, I don't know.
But before we go down too much of a sacrilegious bunny trail here, my sources were the loaandorder.com.
Mm-hmm.
Loa and Order.
I get it, you know.
Mythlock.com, Dambalah. Dpedia.org, Dambalah. And here's the thing, like, every time I was looking up Dambalah, Ayida-Weddo was right there. They're always paired together. Also, the YouTube channel Chronicles of Zoe.
That's cool, yeah.
She did a lot of information. That's where I got a lot of my best information for Ayida-Weddo, is her talking directly about it. And you know what? This is one of those things I really love reading about the Loa. Because... Well, go ahead.
And I enjoy just listening to it because I mean, aside from all the wacky stuff we've done, I think, like, the Loa and just talking about this sort of subject has kind of, like, been a fixture on the podcast. And it's always fun to learn about it. Not just because we like fun, sort of obscure, sort of paranormal things. It's part of like Louisiana culture. It's part of Caribbean culture. It's something that I think a lot of people, including myself, by the way, I'm not saying that like I know anything about this. One of the reasons why it's on here is because I don't know shit about this. A lot of people don't know about, and I think people could stand to learn more about different, like especially obscure cultures, obscure religions, obscure practices. And I just think it not only is fun to do, but it also makes you a more well-rounded person.
Exactly. And the thing is the reason I like the Loa, much like the reason I like the Norse deities, is they're the most like us. Like, I do not respect anything about the Greek pantheon, even though they're similar to us, but they are like the bougie white people causing a lot of problems all the time.
I like Egyptian pantheon because they're all messy.
See, like, my problem with the Greek pantheon is, and along came Zeus, like, could be in every story, and the situation gets worse, but Zeus gets a complete pass.
Yeah.
But, like, the reason I love the Loa is they're realistic, and honestly, with some of the stories I've read about them doing research, they have suffered right along with their followers through all this, because while they do have all these abilities and they can do all these things,
they're intertwined with the world.
And they have limitations.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think that's a big draw with, like, especially in recent times, with people leaving, like, larger religious institutions and looking for more fringe, like, spiritual practices or pagan practices. I think a lot of the biggest draw for, like polytheistic religions or polytheistic practices is because a lot of the deities and a lot of the people are like, a lot of the legends and lore surrounding it is very grounded and very understandable for your average person, because they're not just an all-powerful god. It's like, if you learn about Ra is insanely powerful, but he's also fallible, and he's also killable. And it's like, it's something that is like, you know, it's relatable to us, like, puny humans that live on this weird round ball in the middle of nowhere.
Pretty much. So, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this story. I enjoyed researching this one. I did. It's just that this one has been on the back burner for so long.
We haven't done it in a while, but thank you for bringing this up, and thank you for listening. We are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. We are on Facebook as Backwoods Obscura Podcast. I am still trying to post other ones. I am very lazy. I'm sorry about that. But we also are Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a charity group that plays D&D and other tabletop games as well as video games online and sometimes in person. We stream. Currently, Team Bonus Action is partnered with Extra Life and the Children's Medical Network of Hospitals. Any proceeds that are donated to us will go to Children's Batson and Jackson. Our goal this year is $1,500, which is the price of a out-of-network anesthesiologist, MRI, and hotel stay. So if you can give, please do. We're moving into the holiday season. So if you can help people not worry about picking Christmas gifts versus rent and medical bills, it'd be a great thing to do. So if you can, let's make the world a better place and help save some kids.
And I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Hey, leave out some eggs for Dambalah and Ayida-Weddo.
They love the eggs!